I am back, and we're gonna continue with Asterian's play through. So last time we arrived to the Emerald Camp, and I was thinking about whether or not I was gonna try to pickpocket the vendor. Now there is easier ways, but I'm gonna give it a shot and try to show you to see if this one works. Just because at some point or another, sorry, I'm using a controller, so the menu is going to change a little bit. There you go. At one point or another, you might, if you want to be the kind of character that steals, I guess, you might want to learn how to do this. For this particular playthrough, I do want, because Asterion is like the main lead, and he will probably just take whatever he needs because it's Asterion. He will probably do the stealing. So what we're gonna do is one of the tricks that they tell you to do is to switch over to turn-based method. But the first thing that I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna go to the vendor and I'm gonna turn off all the torches.
Can we stop shouting?
This should make it a little bit easier, in theory, for Asterion to hide. Be careful not to open any of those because then your popularity or your likeness will go back with the vendors. Also, that group over there is probably gonna try to, or not try per se, but it may be an issue if they see me. So I'm gonna just interact with them first.
The waiting's getting to me. If we left, we could at least make a run.
Watch your back.
Calm down.
Hells! We can't just leave. They're kin!
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blazing spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay! These people aren't fighters. We can help!
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
So what will Asterion do? Will he say nothing, tell them to get out what they can, or persuade them because all or one? Now, I think Asterion wouldn't give a crap, but at the same time, I think he will want to save his own skin. And everybody against the goblins is probably better than everybody leaving, because he's here right now. But first, I want to see what this person has to trade. Gold, one piece, not that important. Scroll of Witch Bolt can come quite in handy if you don't have a lot of spells. Introduction to magic, candle keeping, and soul coins. You could get them if you really want to read them. That's not something I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go into water. And I'm gonna grab a bunch of the trash that I have. So bartering works a little bit different than trading. When you go and trade, you basically just sell the items to the vendor or to this person. He only has 1 gold, so it doesn't really matter. Actually, if anything, I'm gonna take his gold. So now I have to match his offer of 97 to 14. Now, you don't have to do it. I'm gonna do it because I want to change. If you look down here, sorry, I'm not using my cursor, but if you look to the right of this square, your attitude with this person is 0. So if he was a vendor, your discount will be negative 4%, which means that he will sell you things a little bit more expensive. Now, if you do what I'm doing here, like if you can see, the trader's offer is 97 gold for these 2 items, which is 1 piece of gold and this scroll. He wants 97 gold. Okay, no problem. The items that I'm offering to trade him for it are worth 101 gold. So it says right here the trader will be pleased with this offer. The other, right under my square right there. I can say I can short him and then he'll deny it, or I can just give him a little bit extra and then he'll be happy and my attitude will go up. Now let me show you why it's a good idea to always go over. And the amount of gold that you give them changes depending by level. You can find some guides online, but I believe it's like 100 gold for level when you're level 1, 200 for level 2, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna accept this offer. And apparently, like the little amount of gold that I gave him didn't change his attitude towards Mr. Moon. I'm gonna check again. Yeah, attitude plus 0. So it didn't make much of a difference. Why? Because my offer was a little even. If I had given him 100 over the asking price, or 200 over the asking price, maybe that would have changed. But he's not a vendor, so I really don't care about his attitude towards me, so I'm not gonna fight with it too much. That's something that will come in handy with actual vendors. So again, I'm gonna go to persuasion because I think everybody staying and fighting will definitely put Esteban in a better in a safer spot. Make sure that I use. Whoops. So luckily, even though I accidentally used one of my bonuses.
Thank you. It's the right thing to do, and you know it.
She's right, Roland. We're better than this.
Zergan. Fine, I'll stay too. Lest you both end up with your throat slit by Goblin Blade.
Thank you, Roland.
Now that that party's gone,
Don't be grumpy,
hopefully
Roland.
he'll go.
We'll get to the city soon.
I am
turn
not
off that
grumpy.
Scowl on your face.
Something over there.
Very nice. Oh, I didn't notice this last time.
We're no
I'm gonna
warriors.
check this. There was a package hiding in the haystack. Luckily, nobody stopped me. Be careful when you're looting the town because you will be accused of stealing, or it will say something like, "Not everyone thinks that what mine is yours," or something along those lines. So with all the lights off, I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna save my game because I really don't wanna make enemies with this city. So if I fail while trying to teach you this, at least I won't fail as bad. Oh, apparently I have a level. I have a level up, and I hadn't noticed. Let's do that first, and then
Charmed, I'm sure. We're a long way from Waterdeep.
hey Dave, how are you? So I might have just forgotten to level him up. I don't know if it's all of them or just him, but we'll take a look. So I can either add a class or I can leave him as a wizard. I think just because I want to move over to level 3. I don't think I'm going to keep him anyway, so we'll see. Let's take a look to see what we can do here. So let's see what spells there is, and you can take your time obviously investigating. I'm taking a quick look because I already know what some of these are. So looking at the picture, like I kind of have an idea. But I haven't used him as a character before, so I'm gonna take a quick look. I like Ice Knife. It makes a decent amount of damage, plus it can slows them down because of the surface. But I'm not sure if that's something I want to keep yet. A lot of these spells you can also find them in scrolls, which comes in handy if you don't have I didn't even know you could do this, so I guess your wizard will also like unlock doors. Invisibility. So This may come in handy for Asterion for stealing, so I'm actually gonna take this. This will come in handy if you don't want to send them to the front. You can make your main character larger, creating more damage, or making your enemy smaller so it takes less to defeat him. Now the problem with concentration spells I'm not a big fan is that once they hit you, you're pretty much done for. And the chances of somebody hit you are pretty large, I will say, because even most characters, I feel, or most enemies in this game have some kind of ranged weapon. So I don't want to risk my concentration being broken and then I just wasted a turn with a spell that's not gonna hold. Unless this is like the first one to go, like speed-wise, or not really speed because this goes by your initiative. But if he goes first in initiative and then your other character that you maximize goes first, then you can actually create a good amount of damage, especially with a fighter that has multiple attacks. But I'm not sure if I want to do that. Darkness is a pretty good spell until they move out. Kind of Madness will make them kind of attack anyone closer to them, but again, it's concentration, which I'm not a fan. Blur, again, concentration. Blindness will be good, especially since it's not concentration once you hit them. It just blinds them. So I think I'm gonna stick with that. And then I have to change my prepare spells depending on how I'm gonna use them. I'm not really using the familiar too much right now. I mean, it comes in handy because the crow can actually like peck their eyes out, but I'm not in a battle right now, so I can change that. So I'm gonna get those two. I'm not using these, and I'm gonna accept. Oh yeah, you can see like it was only him that I was missing leveling up. Looks like the rest of them are still level 2, which is weird because normally they are level at the same time. But I'm not gonna worry too much about it. So I'm gonna save invisibility for my last move. I can probably try to use blindness on him. So I'm gonna start with
Wits and
Shadowheart.
blades, always sharp.
I'm gonna get a little close here, and I'm gonna move everyone over here. And then I'm gonna switch. I was recommended to switch it to turn-based. So I'm gonna give
How delicious.
now Asterion.
It's
Right?
proud.
And then I can pickpocket. It says not enough movement, but it should work. Not enough actions, which is kind of bullshit because I thought I was close enough. But it's okay. I'll wait. Now this works good with others for attacking, but for this specific movement, it doesn't help. I could use Potion of Speed. I don't think it's gonna do anything except give me extra range. And then I have Potion of Invisibility. So again, I'm pretty close, so I don't know why it's not letting me.
Indolence breeds madness.
And I just realized that I used my action to hide instead of pickpocketing, so that was fine. There's nothing she can do for me, so I'm gonna just wait for her.
Which way to the nearest library?
And I can actually
On it.
Invisibility for him.
Invisibilis.
Now I could try blind for the other character, but we'll see next turn. like his scales turn again. I already turned him invisible. So I can try blinding him. I'm not sure if this is gonna throw me into an attack mode. We'll see.
You were witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells.
So unfortunately, that attack does send me into battle, so I'm gonna try to duck my way out of it.
You're free to go. This time. But next time you won't be so lucky.
I venture forth.
So I'm gonna move it just so he's like looking at him instead of Asterion.
My faith will guide me.
If this isn't important,
And now Asterion can
let's
pick pocket.
have a rummage.
Now if you look, I'm gonna turn this off. If you look down there, it tells you like how much you need to target to be able to steal what you're trying to steal. The better sleight of hand you have, the better is gonna your chances of stealing it is. Also, like, do you want to go straight for the gold or do you want to go for an item that you can use? So you can either turn on. Now, if you were not on turn-based mode, the extra bonus that you get might disappear, which I think it already did. I think it only might lasted one turn for this. But we'll give it a shot. Let's see here. You can also look at your dice roll details. So it looks like I have +3 dexterity and 2 sleight of hand. So I can still roll a decent amount. I didn't see the blessing from Shadowheart, so I think I lost it when I was trying to do for blind. But hopefully blinding him will give me a little bit of an edge. I haven't tried it before. I tried something else and it worked, so I'm hoping that this will help me a little bit. So I'm gonna see if there's anything that I can use. I gotta pick what I'm gonna steal if I'm gonna risk getting arrested. So this one gives me +1 dexterity and checks, so this will help me actually steal, so I'm gonna try to steal this one.
You're being arrested for theft. If you have a defense, make it now.
So unfortunately he caught me, so I cannot steal. So I can try to talk my way out of it.
They believe you. For now. But something tells you they won't be so receptive to your charms again.
So actually, I'm gonna switch over from turn-based. Go back to normal. I'm gonna see if I have it on my equipment. So I can actually equip the gloves to get the extra sleight of hand. I don't see the piece of armor I was trying to steal. So even though I talked my way out of it, it didn't let me keep it. So yeah, you don't want to get caught. Now I should have equipped those gloves beforehand. So you have a couple of options here. You can either start over. Why is he following me?
Well met. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
So maybe he's just mad because I tried to steal, so he's following me. I know that sometimes they look at you when you try to steal, so you don't try to do it again. Now I can try. So right now my attitude is -5 because he caught me stealing. No, never mind. He didn't catch. Well, he did catch me stealing, but I'm not sure that -5 is because he caught me stealing or because he got casted blind on him. So it looks like it's the same -5 for everyone, and I only saw the -5 when Gale casted blind on him. So I'm gonna assume that it was Gale's fault. I'm gonna switch this to equipment because I don't need to see everything. I already have Asterion, so I'm gonna look at what I can equip. I could change my weapon to this. Apparently he can actually use this one. I can create water, topple. Create water might come in handy later, just because I remember part of one of the towns is a fire. I haven't used it, so I don't know if it'll work, but I'm gonna skip it over because funds are limited. As you can see, party gold is 171. I haven't even sold all the crap that I have. Spell thief. You can regain a spell slot when you land a critical hit. I don't think that's gonna happen, but 4 to 11 is still pretty good, so it's worth a shot if you're using if you're combining spell casting and range weapons. So I could give this to Shadowheart because she has spells, or I can just keep using it, or I can use it in Asterion because it's one of my mains. Either way, you can just give it to whoever you think it's worth it. Don't buy any torches because honestly you come through so many of them, and I don't waste my money on any gray items. However, if you look at this, dexterity saving throws is +1, so this may come in handy for stealing. So normally I wouldn't kind of save that kind of money. I mean, spend that kind of money for a gray item, but it might come in handy. Before I spend that, I'm actually not going to spend it on this round. I'm going to reset to kind of reset my attitude. But I'm looking at the items to see if any of them are worth it. This armor actually increases my armor class to 14, so this might be worth it. Plus 1 less slashing damage, so I can anybody attacking me with a sword. Plus 1 to dexterity. So you see a warning that your dexterity is limited to +2. I am not 100% familiar how that works yet. I haven't looked into it, but I think it's because I used my bonus already on dexterity, so it might not give me the extra 2 dexterity from the chest. But I still get +2 armor, so I mean it could be worth it. Plus you get the +1 nature, so it's up to you there. And then you have the high armor, +1 dexterity saving throws, and checks. I will definitely use this one better. It's +2, and it gives me 2 on checks. This one gives me +1 on checks. This one only helps me from the slashing damage. This is for bludgeoning. I think bludgeoning is like hammers and stuff, so this one is not the kind of armor that I can wear, and you can see this no proficiency with heavy armor, so there is no point. Also disadvantage for stealth. Ring of flinging, I'm sorry, so you can actually get a boost if you're throwing stuff. I don't usually throw things. I know some people do like to throw projectiles. I don't. I'd rather stick with my range weapons. But if you want to use projectiles, I mean, it might be worth having this ring. Just because it's the beginning of the game, if I can steal this or get it for free, or cheap, or if I have the extra money, I will get it, but in the meantime, no. And these gloves are actually my favorite, but they are 388 gold. Basically, every time that you get shot by a missile, you have a chance of catching it and not get hurt. You roll for damage. It's affected by your dexterity, which we have pretty high dexterity with Asterion. So you could use your Slay of Hands for stealing, and then you can use your glove ones for fighting if you want to have 2 different sets of armor. Or you could just give this to somebody else, like Shadowheart, so she doesn't lose concentration or she doesn't get hurt because she's kind of squishy being a healer. Or you can even give them to Will, depending on who you're using. So what I'm gonna do is actually,
Sylvanas, guide your...
I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna resell right here. And it's also up to you what kind of game you are playing. Like if you're allowing yourself to reload a state, or if you want to just play through until you die and see how things work. I'm playing kind of relaxed. I'd rather get the outcome that I want. Sometimes I don't feel like reloading, or if I didn't save, then and I don't want to go back too far. Maybe I'll just cut my losses. But honestly, fighting a vendor, I'm probably gonna get 5 items out of him, not enough gold. So it's not worth it. Plus, I'm gonna come back to selling stuff all the time, so I don't want to risk it. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go to Shadowheart. There is a reason why I'm doing this, and I will. It has to do with feign death that I'm gonna. The reason why I'm doing this, and I'm not even sure what level she gets it, but hopefully it's level 3.
Well met. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual, I know it's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day. We druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanas guard them as they continue their travels.
What will she say? So normally I'm using Asterion, but I think she cares about people a little bit more.
As I said, it's a drastic measure, but the survival of the Grove is paramount. There just aren't enough supplies to support everyone.
He's not gonna fight me on it, so at this point I can just go to selling.
Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
So I can either just start selling him stuff, or I can go to the barter area to see if I can get my attitude up. Normally I sell my rotten food because I don't even know if it's usable. I'm gonna save these coins. I don't know if I'm gonna use a tiefling yet, but they come in handy with tieflings later. I could sell the scrolls right now just for the extra money and then rebuy it later. But I'm gonna try starting with trash first. Some of this stuff, and also something that might help you, and I'll show you. You can change the filter for whatever works for you, like type, like if you only want to sell equipment or consumables, whatever you want, or if you want to buy them, it'll filter both sides. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it by weight, because that way I'm less likely to get encumbered. Plus, a lot of heavier items actually cost more. I'm not gonna sell those yet, just because I might keep them for role playing. But you can see actually I have 116. Let's buy something else. Let's get this. Thieves tools 260. Wow, they're actually pretty expensive. And the Sorting Trap 325. Wow, so I definitely want to get a discount before I start buying stuff from him. But I want to keep it closer to 100. So I'm gonna go down to 101, and you can see he's giving me nothing. So I'm basically, this is what they call donating. Look at my attitude is 0, my markup is plus 4%. I'm gonna accept it. Yes, proceed. Look how my attitude went plus 20. So even though he's not giving me a discount, my attitude is plus 20, which is good. It might not help me right now, but it will help me in the future. So I'm gonna go back and do the things that I want to sell because, you know, being encumbered. I'm gonna save the shirt in case I want to use this shirt later for role playing. None of my characters right now are musical, plus it looks like there's nothing. None of them are proficient in music, so I'm not even gonna bother. Maybe when I play a bard. The Unclaimed looks like if you want to read the story, which we probably will later, but I don't need 2 copies. Thieves' Tools, I have 4, so this will hold me over, so I don't really need to buy Thieves' Tools. I could get rid of the shovel. I like to keep 1 per character and then just sell my extras later. I don't like using throw weapons, so I'm actually gonna just sell that. More bulbs. I'm not gonna use my alchemy pouch right now. Leather boots. We haven't read those books, so I'm gonna wait. Double check whatever you're selling because sometimes they're actually supplies of something that you might want to use. I'm not big on alchemy all the time, but the longer you go in game, you might decide that coating your weapons with poison or having extra potions made by you, it's better than buying them. Or maybe it's food that you need for your camp. So again, I go on multiples of 100. I accept the offer. And now I'm at 40%.
Sylvanus, guide your...
And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to get him to be my ally. That way when I get Feigned Death, I can actually use that on him and it's going to help me with the stealing. I'm going to check. Target must be an ally. And I think it needs to be 50% or more. I'll double check.
This is no fortress and we're no warriors.
Need anything else? Of course. But please, remember, you're not the only one in need.
Yeah, it's not like you have that much stuff. So the downside when you sell them or donate them things is that they add to his roster. So that's one of the downsides. Because then when you go to steal, or if you want to buy more stuff, then you have all this crap that you have the option to buy. But we'll worry about that later. So again, I put this by weight. I'm gonna save the clothes because I'm role playing, the books because I haven't read them. I didn't realize that she had actually 2 daggers equipped. Oh, that's because I'm on Asteria, not on her. I'm gonna go a little bit faster instead of stopping by each item to read it, just because I want to get, and I just made the mistake that I just sold all that stuff, which is fine. I'm gonna go to barter, and then I'm gonna start doing what I was doing, but and just in case you were wondering, yes, you can do gold. And it's not a big loss because chances are, like if you look at his gold, it's 506. When you trade that, that's gonna turn into 507. And if you're gonna steal it, you're gonna steal that back anyway. I'm at 106, so again, I like to do as close to 100 as I can, but still a little bit over to get that extra boost. Boom, at 60% discount, negative 9%.
Sylvanus be with...
So let's see if he considers me an ally yet. So he does. I'm not gonna give him a boost right now. I don't know if it'll help or anything, but I don't wanna risk pretty much anything.
Need anything else?
So now I'm gonna go back and trading. Now I can keep giving stuff to get a better discount, but I don't think whatever I'm gonna get out of them is gonna make up for what I need. So I'm just gonna switch over to trade or sell. I'm gonna switch to Asterion because I want to see this character specifically. I'm gonna go to equipment because that's just what I want to do right now, because I want to focus on my character that's him, and mostly for the stealth and for the skilling, because I'm gonna come back and steal from him. So at this point, let's see here. I don't want to worry about creating water. This doesn't help me. So we saw that this helmet actually helps me with the dexterity saving throws. I don't know if it's gonna help me. I don't think it's a saving throw when it comes to it's a regular check when you're trying to steal, so it's not worth it, even though he has that little +1. It may be worth it for the game, but not for stealing, so I'm gonna wait. Excuse me. Slashing damage. 1 +1 on saving throws and checks. I don't want the +1, I want the +2. Nothing there. Superior padding. So it looks like this is the one I wanted. Oh, that's not it. That's +1. I thought, did I buy it already? +1 dexterity and saving checks. Maybe I read wrong. I thought it was supposed to, so I guess I was wrong. So heavy armor for Asterion, nope. +1 saving throw, not, no. Plus stealing. This one doesn't help me with stealth. This one gives me +1 on dexterity saving throws and checks, and then +2 on dexterity, limited to +2. This one gives me +1 on dexterity, saving throws and checks, but it doesn't say anything about. Yeah, it looks like they're both the same. 13 +1 saving throws and checks, The difference is that this one gives me +1 nature, 1 less slashing damage. So then you have your choice. Which one do you want? Do you want to get this one for 242? This one for 299? I'll take my plus nature. It's not gonna hurt. He can use it. Apparently I don't have enough gold, so I just realized that. 299, I have 222. So I actually gonna go to barter. I already get the discount, so I'm gonna go for 299. I'm not gonna give him gold yet. I'm gonna try to get rid of some of this stuff. I don't know why he has the sales closed. But I'm definitely gonna get rid of things that I'm not using. He lightens your load. I'm not gonna get rid of scrolls yet. They may come in handy later. I could check my weapons to see if any of the characters can use better weapons, but I don't like changing weapons too much when they're gray. Plus I'm already selling. I mean, I guess if I had time I could. So I'm at 234, so I gotta start being careful here because I'm approaching where I need to be. You can see how much they weigh. If you notice next to the price of how much they are, this portrait is worth 15 gold and it weighs 1.05 pounds, or at least that's what I think the little sign means. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to use this later. I'm gonna wait. I guess I could buy it later, but I'm gonna wait to sell it because if Asterion is going the evil route, he's not gonna care if his brain gets more parasite inside. So that's all I can. Oh, never mind, there's one more. Two more. So I'm at 275. I could give him my 4 gold and just like leave no gold for him. See how it says like the trader will be unhappy with this offer? He'll deny it, so don't even try. I don't know if it'll affect your like your ranking with him, but so 287, so I need something worth 2 gold. So I know the ladles are worth very little. So at this point, I'm not too worried because he already considers me an ally. I'm not too worried about making him happy. So we can just do an even trade. Leave. So now I'm gonna change to Shadowheart. And then I go back and I'm gonna equip this. Is gonna increase my checks. And then let's see, my gloves of power, slay of hand up. I'm gonna equip those.
Keep the goblins out forever.
Part of me wishes that it will take him out of here so you cannot use them anymore, but oh well. If you want to see what your character looks like, you can toggle the overclothes. So this is what my character looks like wearing regular clothes. So you can, so I got some like free clothes over here, so I can pick what he wears based on what the other characters have and what is available. I can leave him shirtless, or I can give him one of those outfits. From all the outfits, if you're role playing, I feel that this actually fits him better.
If we could at least make a run for it.
I always make that mistake.
Action, not reaction.
So I accidentally changed Lazelle's clothes a little bit by doing that. I like this outfit because she reminds me. This is the one she came from. Some people prefer it because it's skimpy. I like this one because it reminds me of Maggie from The Walking Dead. So if you're a fan, you know what I'm talking about.
Lost in thought.
I'm not gonna be keeping him too long, but if you don't want a naked character, there you go, overclothes. If you don't want a naked character, you want to make sure that they're at least wearing underwear. Otherwise, you're gonna have a hanging out, a penis that's hanging out, or you're gonna see boobs and vagina. So if you're playing, I mean, if you're streaming, you probably want to avoid that because YouTube and I don't think Steam also either likes that, even though it kind of gives you the warning that there is mature content. But I don't want to deal with that, so I will leave the underwear on them. My first playthrough, I was trying to make money, so I sold everything. So Asterion was actually naked for like a whole level, and then I learned how to like toggle and untoggle that, and I'm like, oh, he could have been wearing the armor the whole time. But when they go to sleep, this is all you see. So I can keep him in purple. He can wear only pants.
If we left, we could at least make a run for it.
Or he can wear those clothes. I'm actually gonna leave the purple ones on him because I really don't care much about what he wears anyway, because I'm not gonna keep him too long.
I'm ready.
I'm probably gonna go for Will. It looks like, I don't know if I did that on purpose, but she's wearing something very similar to Lazelle. I'm gonna let her keep her her pants. I'm not gonna change her to the pants only because I don't know if I'm even allowed to stream that, and I don't want to risk getting an issue for doing that. Or maybe you can just do it off screen and then just tell you. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I didn't want to do it while I was streaming in case that she was not wearing a bra because I didn't want, you know, if there's impressionable people watching it, minors or whatever, or if Steam or YouTube get mad about naked bodies. I know the males, like I said, like if they're not wearing underwear, they will be basically showing their penis. So I don't know, I didn't do it on purpose the first time, so I didn't know like if the female character will be a similar situation, but I didn't want to risk it. So if I wanted to put her on like pants only, this is what she would look like. She's wearing underwear. As of right now, I like this outfit better. I actually gave this outfit to my main character, which is a male, on a different run, and it's actually
You
fun.
have my
So
attention.
look at him. Same outfit, looks very different on a male and female. Like wow, everybody wears the same size clothes in this game apparently.
If we left, we could at least
So,
make a run for
but
it.
you know, I mean,
Let's
it's not
get
that
on with it.
important unless you are role playing. But the reason why I wanted to do this mainly is because
Need anything else?
I want to sell all those if I'm not using them. So I don't need to keep those. Definitely don't need that. You could sell shoes since your character technically uses boots if you want. I mean, it's only 2 gold. You can leave them. They don't really weigh that much. See, 0.55 of a pound. I don't think that's gonna make much of a difference. Ultimately, it's up to you if you want to sell all that. I don't want to be encumbered, so I'm gonna sell all of the extra grade equipment or common equipment. You can call it either by the rarity or you can just call it by the color. I usually just call it by the color. And I know I have a lot more trash than that, but and I just made the mistake of trading instead of selling, which can be annoying sometimes, but it's okay, no big deal. So I can either steal the gold or I can steal items. I have 173 gold to spend. So I didn't need to go all the way down there. I can check this green items. Green dye. I think that's like ingredients for potions and stuff. I don't pay attention to the dyes too much. So I really like these gloves, but they're 368. I probably do have it if I spend actual gold. This ring is for throw damage, so I don't really care. This is pretty much the same damage as what I have right now, but it does give you the advantage, you know, that arcane vehemence if I happen to hit a critical. Rain Dance, again, the water may come in handy later as a spell. I can do that. So this is kind of where I'm struggling. So I can do Blown Chill. I can look at the scrolls to see what is better for me to have right now. Retreat, Enfeeblement, Ray of Sickness, and I have arrows. I have potions. You can never have enough potions. So I'm actually gonna get all the potions. I'm at 138. And then I'm gonna change the amount of gold that he's gonna give me. So I am not quite awake to do that much math. So first what I want to do is I want to make it 2 gold, we'll make it 140. So I'm going to do 22 gold. That puts me at 160. So now do I want to give him more gold than what this is worth? And I just remember that I'm not doing that anymore because I'm already an ally. So I can just add the extra 13 gold to make it an even trade. And I should have done that the first time, but I wasn't thinking clearly. Like I said, I'm still asleep. So 173, 173. I accept the offer. I leave. I'm gonna save my game. And you know why I'm saving, because I'm gonna try to steal again. So I'm gonna switch over to turn base. Guidance on my road.
What now?
Now, orange is supposed to be your extra actions. This was your regular actions. If you use this, I don't think I can lockpick. But I don't see my hiding during battle, so I don't think I can use it.
Very, very quiet.
So I'm gonna. Yeah, so not enough actions.
Stepping softly.
So I'm gonna get close to him. I'm already hiding. So I'm just gonna wait.
Assume nothing.
I'm just gonna move over here to take some of the distracting. I don't know why it's saying end turn. I'm already hiding. Oh, that's because it's still Gale. I don't know why it was doing that.
There is work to do.
Time for a little death.
So guidance is still going on. So I'm gonna pickpocket.
Don't look now.
So what do I want to steal? I really want these gloves, so I'm gonna give it a shot. I need a 10.
A quick profit.
He caught me.
Being arrested for theft. If you have a defense, make it now.
I don't want to deal with losing my information. Like, I had already had really good ally, I guess let's call it popularity. So definitely a restart in my case is better than, I mean, I could try to convince him, but that doesn't regain your trust. And then I don't want to start a fight if I miss my numbers there. Also, I could have gone invisible, so I forgot to do that with Gale. So I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna go into turn base. Then I'm gonna move out of the
In
way.
her name.
Just like old times.
Gonna move right behind them. I'm already crouching, actually.
Indolence breeds
I'm gonna
madness.
leave there,
At the ready.
and then I'm gonna use invisibility.
Invisibility.
And I had a feeling that was actually gonna kill my crouching. It didn't, so that was good. So it looks like it's Gale's turn again.
I'm just waiting.
So now I'm gonna approach and pickpocket. I'm invisible, so I'm hoping that'll help. And if not, maybe it'll just like leave me alone. I really want those gloves.
Not even a challenge.
I was able to. Now I can either risk it or I can leave. Now, what else do I want? I mean, I can get the armors that will help my other characters, or I can just leave with those gloves and be happy and save, or I can risk it. So what do I want to do? Am I feeling... I'm invisible, so I'm gonna test my luck. 6, 9, so maybe as long as it's not above 10, it's easier to steal, so I wouldn't go for that 14. But I can go for that 9. But there's a red action, so I don't know. Oh, you know what? Looks like... I wonder if that red action means that I'm gonna get caught. I was trying to get the information about what that action means, but
Stand careful.
oh crap. So I accidentally broke. Shoot. So maybe it was a once per turn thing? So normally I play with a controller. I'm gonna use
Enough
my mouse
waiting.
right now.
I crave blood.
Actually, I already left, so... Sorry. I already stole something successfully, so I'm gonna save. That way, if I fail...
Onward.
Your desire.
So I'm so no used to this because I never play like this. I was trying to target him and instead this happened. And I don't remember like my controls, so that sucks. So I'm gonna switch back to controller just because I know what I'm doing if I'm using a controller.
Silent as the grave. A little chicanery.
So I'm gonna try pickpocket again. That's a 16. I don't know if I want to risk that. I can just sell him trash later. It kind of tells you, you can see the little circle. Green is more likely for you to steal it, but if it gets red, then it's less likely. I kinda want to get things that are worth for me. I mean, I can either sell things that are high gold. Like, if I steal this, it's only an 8, and it's worth 90. But if I steal this, it's a 14, so it's less likely that I can steal it. But it's worth 200. So what do I want to do? Like, do I want to just like steal it, buy it, or do I want to steal like higher worth items? Like this one, and I get a higher chance. So I think I'm just like gonna steal this, and then I'll have money to buy stuff.
Almost too easy.
Successful. So what is your amount that is worth it? Like, I think 50 will probably be like best for me. Although this level, maybe 30 is good, or... I mean, 40 is a pretty good amount on my... Now, here's the action thing again. So I think the problem that I was having is that So I'm gonna try something different. So it's clearing, so I don't know what that action means. But if I go to this one, I can steal it and it's only 7. And he's not letting me. That's weird. And I think it might be because it's turn-based, so I can only steal 1 item per try. 5 minutes, 18. Oh no, this is like range. Meters. It's not letting me steal again. So I think what it's trying to tell me is that I can only steal once per turn. So I'm gonna wait. I still have 8 guidance.
Yes?
I'm gonna save again.
Invisibility.
Can't afford to stay idle.
I don't know when invisibility is gonna come in handy, so I'm just gonna keep using it. I know this can be a little bit boring, but when you're short on funds and you want to have a decent amount of equipment, you gotta do what you gotta do.
What can we rescue?
So this one is 65 and it's only 7, so I think that's worth a steal.
You're coming with me.
Done. Now see, it's letting me steal again with the controller, but then it says action 0. So I'm gonna do a little experiment and then I'll just reload if I have to. I'm gonna steal again, and I think I'm gonna get caught because that's what that means.
What a generous pocket.
Oh, I was able to steal it. So I don't know how many times I can do that without getting caught. So I'm gonna stick with under 100. I'm sorry, under 10 for stealing. This is 10, so it's like a 50-50. Maybe I should do a 9. I mean, this one is 105, so even if I don't use it, it's still a pretty good amount.
Like candy from a gnome.
That's a 12. That's a 4, but it's only worth 11. That's a 6.
Blessed oblivious.
That's a 5, and it's worth 18.
Delightful.
So I'm gonna need tools, and I think it will be good for me to steal this too. And then I'm gonna quit, and I'm not gonna push my luck after this.
Not even a challenge. A little souvenir.
So what they recommend you is when you're done, don't risk getting caught. Teleport. So I can either... So I cannot teleport when it's fast travel. So I'm gonna try to just move away.
Quietly.
Oh, action, not reaction.
Gonna change this. And then I'm gonna go far.
Someone's been rifling through the wrong pockets. You have a convincing air of innocence about you. That's enough for now.
So I didn't teleport too fast, and I think it's because I had to switch from turn-based to turn-based to what I'm doing now, the regular gameplay. The problem with that is that that person, so it's glowing. I'm checking, there's nothing. But if you remember correctly, I have Speak with the Dead spell with one of them.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
The air is ripe with magic.
I wonder what the next move is.
Or I thought I did. I don't know why it's glowing. Well,
A long way to go still.
let's do this. So it looks like I do not have Speak with the Dead on this character. Maybe I have equipment? It just seems weird to me that it's glowing. With that, so actually I do have it with a Stellium, so I don't know why I didn't see it.
What a day.
That's why. So I need to take a long rest before that works. I don't think there's anything she can tell me that I need to know. So I'm gonna look at my map. I can either... The Emerald Grove is right here. I'm close enough that even though I'm not inside, it's closer than walking all the way from down here. And actually I'm gonna go this way to explore.
So, Gith,
I think I already...
aren't you worried your kind will punish you for consorting with us?
My name is Lazelk Choki. And my kin will understand my need for servants. They will help you, but only if I ask.
So I must have forgotten that one. They saw me and I helped them, and then I let me back in.
These tieflings prove fragile. I've a mind to end their misery myself.
Let the goblins kill them. At least they'll enjoy it.
Now,
And you
I
deny me the
haven't
pleasure.
tried this before. I could go back in there, like he's still looking for the thieves. And I stole some stuff. So I'm not gonna risk trying to like sell him back the stuff that I stole from him. So I'm just gonna go away. I am gonna save again. Because I don't want to risk losing anything that I have, stealing something by mistake.
This place is a bloody death trap, not a sanctuary. You should clear off while you can.
Sometimes you can also steal from people. I don't... So that's the
Seek
downside.
and you shall find me.
So I already used my spells. say if I need to have a short rest or a long rest, but it's not available right now. Stealing that key from him is not that important to me, so I'm just gonna kill
Well,
him.
hello.
I don't want to worry.
That ox is staring right at me.
So that ox is being weird, and I'm pretty sure there's something that I can use when I'm polymorph that's gonna help. So I'm gonna ignore that for a second. What's wrong with this game?
He stares right past you, as if you're invisible. Or boring. He's still staring right past you. You see nothing out of the ordinary. As you turn back, the child slips between the rocks.
Well, let's investigate. Don't forget to use your bonuses.
You find the edges of a concealed entrance.
I have a feeling I might be through this. Apparently not. My first run, I wasn't able to do this. So something is off with this little boy. I don't know if he's mute or something else, but I've never been able to be down here before. So I'm gonna save because I don't want to lose it. And I'm gonna make sure he's okay. I don't know if that was my autosave or just my regular save. But I'm gonna explore. Actually, I think I've been here before.
This is our hideout.
Never see us coming.
Oh, dude. Those kids, they were outside.
Well, look who's come to visit. My kids say you've been busy since you got here. Not sure why you're poking your nose in our business, though. We have that in common, then. But you aren't welcome here. This is our hideout. But hey, maybe you didn't know. Because of that, I'll give you a 10 count to leave.
I just saved, so I don't know if I want to leave or not. Like, I don't want to kill a bunch of kids, but also I don't want a bunch of kids to intimidate me, so I'm gonna get a little feisty.
9. 8.
Whatever.
7. 6. 3. 1.
Okay, now I'm curious. She said 1 and she's taking forever to do something.
You don't look so tough. Mull fought off a hobgoblin all by herself.
Yeah.
You're the first grown-up who's ever gotten in here. Not bad.
I don't know where she went. And I suck at this. I'm already lost. It all looks the same. So there is a chest there, but it's too far. So sometimes I have scrolls that let you run farther. Doesn't look like I have anything like that, so I will probably come back, actually.
Assume nothing.
I might get an extra spell for flying. Actually, I think that's one of the ones that was available, so. Okay, so here's when you choose if you're a Battle Master, Elric Knight, or a Champion. Now, you get 4 superiority dice if you do this. 3 passes. Eldritch Knight mixes a combination of magic and fighting. I want to stick to just physical for her. And then Champion, which includes your critical. Now, I do like critical, but I feel in the long run maybe passives might be a better idea. Just because I use passives on my other one. I love disarming attack. If they lose their weapon, not only can you pick it up later, but also if they can attack you with a weapon when they are attacking you, well, that kind of, it helps you in the long run. Precision, because I've noticed that especially at the beginning of the game, sometimes you can't hit them. So you use precision, you have a higher chance of actually hitting them instead of losing your rolls. There's a bunch of other, like you can trip them, sweeping attack to hit more than one. Menacing possibly frightens them. Maneuvering is like if you want to try to get away from them. Disadvantage. Goading. It's kind of like this is like a tank thing. If you want them to just attack you, you can use action and bonus action to attack with advantage. Distracting strike gives your allies advantage of the next attack roll. So I only have one option. I can either do distracting or I can do menacing. Now distracting will probably help me so my allies can beat them up quickly, like because their attack rolls will be better. Menacing will frighten them so they don't attack anybody else. But frighten can break in like, I think it breaks like in 2 moves maybe. So I'm actually gonna go for distracting. That will give my allies an advantage. Hit Yankee jump. Triple a creature's jumping. So perfect. I had a feeling that something was coming that might be able to help me. So there's a few things that you earn from leveling up. Not feign death yet, but I was able to get away with stealing without it. So I'm gonna keep the water one. Actually, I don't really need it right now prepared because I'm not near a fire. I'm gonna keep Guiding Bolt because she's my healer. Aid gives him 5 extra hit points. And gives me 5 healing. So maybe I'll do that. I mean, if you get attacked by humans, this might come in handy. This one requires concentration, so I think I'm gonna go... This one requires concentration, so I'm gonna hold off on that one. Ability checks. I think you can only have one. So I'm gonna wait. Blind creatures, and this one is not concentration, so I'm gonna keep that for now. Silence is only for spellcasters. Actually, spirit or weapon, I'm gonna swap that because that's basically adding like a companion or an extra character that can attack. So I'm actually gonna go with that because sometimes you can use all the help that you can. It is also a prepare spell, so I can always switch it if I need to. I'm gonna save again. I'm probably gonna need to unlock, so I'm gonna split it in half. And I'm gonna do half. Who is that? Because she's the only one that can spend that far. Even though it's not letting me. Maybe I need a spell. I thought it was, yep. Oh, I can give it to anyone. So I'm actually gonna give it to him because and the reason I decided to give it to him is because it's not. But if that had been locked, oh, apparently it's up and jump. But if that had been locked, I get the extra bonuses. Are you coming? There you go. Oh, there's a switch. That's fine. Nothing happens.
Learn a trick too. It's something I know. Make one up. You can do it.
So that girl looks like he was all talk and no bite. I'm gonna save just because, you know, that chest that I opened. I'm not gonna talk to this one because I already know that it's gonna try to swindle me. And I think this is the one that actually like steals from me when I'm talking to that one. And I don't want to lose anything. So I can go that way. But I'm actually looking for... Well... I could unlock this or open it, but I'm afraid I'm gonna be accused of stealing. So I'm just not gonna do that right now.
The waiting's getting to me. If we left, we could.
Seems Mole was as good as her word. She's reported that you've been threatening children.
Great, so do I want to surrender, do I want to be deceptive, or do I want to attack? I'm not in the mood to attack, so let's see if I can deceive it, because I don't want to restart my game. Oh, so I can only use one, so I'm gonna use... I could do advantage, but I think using the extra d4 might be better than the advantage. Actually, I guess it could be either way, but if I use charm, they may catch it. No, stop. I don't know why my start rolling again. Great. Let's try again. So I'm gonna try advantage, maybe that'll help me better.
Your words may be false, but they ring truer than moles' tails. You're off the hook.
Stupid child. I'm not even gonna, like, risk talking to her. I mean, I already got the chest out of there, which is, like, the only thing that was helpful. So I'm not even gonna bother with her. But I am gonna say, because I already, like, had to roll pretends to pass. So I'm gonna ignore the children.
Children! Look who's here!
Go on. Give me your best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this.
Well, I can either talk to him because Asterion may like him, or I can tell him the kid is hopeless. I can be a jerk, or I can be helpful. Just because I want to recruit him, I'm just gonna be... I'll do the first one.
Well met. The blade of frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
I don't think he will thank the gods, but...
Doomed to shed our skin and become a lithid, or so the stories go. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Will chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli. A fiend makes for poor company, unless it's been stuffed and mounted on your wall. Her name is Karlak, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
We can join forces, or I can tell him about the infection. I'm not gonna leave him to his own because I want him in my team. A warlock may come in handy.
Just so you know, my first duty is Karlak. I'm oath-bound to go after her. But I won't deny this infection is bothersome. I accept your invitation. You'll need to make room if you want to partner up, though. Still, when the time comes, call for the blade. I won't be long to answer. A splendid plan. We'll talk more there.
Depends.
And again.
How many people are dumb enough
Swing
to ask?
and swing and... Oh!
True.
So because I technically recruited him already, I can switch him at the camp at any point. I'm not gonna do it here yet. I kind of already leveled Gale the way I want him to so far. Plus it's another caster, so having Will right now is not gonna help me much in here, I don't think.
Step, parry, strike, damn it! It's just not landing.
I could be a jerk, or I could tell him about the interesting technique. I think Asterion is a dick, and I'm not trying to recruit him, so...
You have a better way? 'Cause I'm all ears. I need to be ready for a fight, but I'm useless with a sword.
Sure, why not? Excuse me.
He was only a boy. And I just froze while the wall tore his head clean off. Never again.
Okay, do I want Asterion to have a moment of humanity, or do I want to be a jerk? I don't know, I feel like Asterion does have a little bit of a heart, even if it's not out there. He was his life was stolen from him, so he can probably understand being a victim.
You're right. I need to clear my head.
And step, parry, step, step, swing. Yes!
You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use. Oh, yes. I'll bite my tongue when the time comes. Hopefully, it's just the goblins we have to worry about. The druids are treating us like vermin. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
So we have a couple of levels. I got the battle axe from kind of talking to him about training. So let's look at the journal. You can see all the ones that I haven't. I usually don't check them. But it kind of tells you what to do, where to go, what you still need to do. I'm gonna clear them.
Swing and swivel
and
and wait.
Hide the ones that you complete.
Now,
this is what we have.
Excellent.
Continue traveling with Gale. Find Zoru. Hunt down Karlach. Continue with Shadowheart, so you can't do much about that. Save the refugees, speak with Kaga. Face your hunger. So that's just like this personal quest for Asterion. Find Nettie. So it's something that I was already doing, so there's nothing special about it. I haven't figured out inspiration yet, but I think we should get the extra XP. I'll have to look into that later. I really want to open all the boxes. It really bothers me. But first, I'm gonna level up. All my characters in my other run were leveling at the same time. I don't know why it's not doing that. So this is what I wanted. Basically, I can either add a class or I can level up to level 3. Because I want a pet, I'm gonna do level 3. Snare is really good. You can blind a group of people if you're far away, or you can attack them all at the same time. Because sometimes your friends are close. I don't think this is a good idea because I always end up hitting my friends. You can only use Snare. It's a concentration spell, so I'm not a fan, but you can only use this one or Hunter's Mark. I can make friends with animals, which I don't know if I want to do that. So I'm gonna go for Fog Cloud. Now I can do Beastmaster, Gloomstalker, or Hunter in the passive. Now the main reason why I was classing this way is because I wanted a pet. So I'm gonna do this. It doesn't seem like a lot, but sometimes when you're in the middle of a battle, having an extra companion comes in really handy. Now, Bear is usually really good for like taunting, so it's like a tank, attack me versus anybody else. I feel like Lae'zel kind of really does that. Boar is supposed to have like a push, so if you need it to be prone for some reason, that might be a good idea. Now the spider is not for everyone. A lot of people hate spiders, but it has poison and it can web your opponents. If you get overwhelmed, you can actually cocoon one of them. The raven can blind, so less likely for them to hit you, and it can fly, so it can go higher up. And then the wolf is supposed to be pretty well rounded, but it's very well known for damage. Now, I guess it just kind of depends what you want to do. I haven't had a fight that is big enough. I don't know, like I haven't had any issues. All my pets have gotten killed before in the other ones because I have like really big battles. The spider can help unless you're fighting other spiders. I don't know if the web will stay around. If it's like fire terrain.
Right. I've got food, water, my dagger.
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way!
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with.
I don't think a staring will do that. I can do nothing. Or I can threaten her. I don't care. I mean, the staring will don't care if he kills a goblin. So I think I'm just gonna do nothing.
Doesn't even matter if you kill me. I'm chosen by the Absolute I am. I'm blessed.
Here it comes, you little beast.
I can try to loot, but I don't want to be accused of stealing, so I'm not gonna do it. Now that green glow again tells me that she might have something to say, but my Speak with the Dead spell is used, so I need to take a long rest. So I'm gonna wait. I don't need to talk to her right now anyway. And as much as I want to open that, actually. I don't know, maybe closing the door will help a little bit, so like they can see me through it. Doesn't look like my she has nothing on her. I mean, it doesn't look like my popularity went down. I could jump. I don't know if there's anything.
That's curious.
Another reason why I like playing games multiple times is because sometimes you notice things that weren't there before. I didn't notice there was like a little hideout back here.
Glowing eyes are so rarely a good sign. Best tread carefully.
I agree. Also, a steering is always better. Actually, I'm gonna split from my group.
Tippy toes.
Could wake him up by chopping off a toe.
The red
That'd be
area
funny.
is what they can see.
Give him something to cry about.
Don't wear his voice out. We still need answers.
Rune of the Bear. I'm worried about touching it.
Yeah, she'll kill us dead if we go back without it.
We'll get the druid talking. Grove's got to be full of magic.
That's why I've been stabbing all the rats. Might be spies. Pretty stubborn for a man wearing leaves.
I should have called my spider first. But what is done is done. I'm gonna put it closer to me so if he runs, he can't see me.
For Newbies!
And while I'm at it, I'm actually gonna. Oh, I can't change my. So I just realized that I'm in a battle, and apparently... There you go. I didn't realize that the rest of my party wasn't gonna join me. I don't even know where my stupid spider is. There you go. So I jump to the character in turn. Fortunately, poison came out, so I'm gonna stand back a little bit just to get out of the poison. I cannot change marks yet. Poison my arrows. And now wait. So something kind of cool about Asterion. I'm gonna have to change my settings later. I'm supposed to be able to change my hunter's mark. That might be like a different level, but anyhow. Something really cool is that sometimes you have a chest that will blow up. I can't tell what kind of chest it is, but I'm gonna try. Not as good. Sometimes they have like gasoline or like wine or something, and any kind of... Maybe I should have done like a fire spell. But any kind of like damage makes it explode. In this case, maybe only fire damage would have helped.
Time to strike.
On I go.
Smug, so that was my bad. I can charm, but I don't use it too much because it only stops them from attacking me, not the other people. I can enfeeble them, which will lower their weapon attacks. I can create... Oh, pass without trace. I thought it was something else that I had. So this is definitely good to have for Asterion when I'm trying to steal. And this will be good for healing, but I'm not healing right now, so I'm gonna try to attack them. And then I'm gonna use my extra. You can use any weapon you want. I like the axe. And I'll show you why in a second.
The lance board is set. On my honor.
Black
Bummer. Yeah, a lot of people don't like spiders. Let's see if I can reach. Nice, barely, but nice. Oh, not enough movement, so I guess my center one has to be right here. But I can still jump, so I'm gonna jump right here.
Time to strike.
Now,
My path be true.
I can distract them, or I can disarm. I'm gonna start by trying to disarm them. It looks like I can reach both. This one's 75, this one's 75. So I'm gonna try for this one in case I can still kill it. Nice. So even if the disarming didn't work, I already used my action surge, so I can't use it again. So I'm gonna use my accuracy again, so my next turn, I should be ready to go. I'm gonna use the steering. I need to be careful with the asset. There's another one up here. Not much I can do. I could heal up. I still have some health, so I'm not gonna do it. And now I need healing. Luckily, I have Shadowheart next. So I'm gonna move closer. Without, be careful with the acid. I didn't realize that aid was for everyone. And that sets me at nothing else to do, so I'll stop.
I don't fancy their chances.
So go. Gotta be really careful. I'm trying to avoid the acid. And also the mud. Let's see if I can reach. And he does not reach. Well, at the very least, I'll give it to Asterion just because he has less health. Oh, he has armor, never mind. So we'll go. So I can bite or web. Doesn't look like I have cocoon yet. Definitely gonna slow it down.
Time to strike.
Luckily, that was it.
No time to dally.
It looks like I already used all my spells for healing for her.
Lovely day, this.
He has
For
healing
now.
yet. Nope. So I can either be super careful or I can use my short rest. I'm at 14 health, so I'm just gonna be careful.
Someone there?
I'm gonna go back here. There's no bodies yet.
His breaths are shallow, his wounds deep. He doesn't respond to your voice.
He's not dead, so I can't even try to like use a spell of Speak to the Death. I don't have any healing spells, so I can't heal him, so I'm just gonna leave him alone. Definitely gonna loot the enemies. If any of you have arachnophobia, I apologize about my pet.
Yes, please.
I don't know why my pet is freaking out right now. Oh, and the rest of my party, I can get him to group with me. That doesn't look good, so I gotta be careful if I walk that way, because I think that will probably attack me. I don't see anything. Oh, there it is. So this is that is one of the barrels.
That helped.
Great. Stern is dead. So
A welcome rest.
I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna go into turn-based.
I'll go this way.
Hopefully I only get attacked once. I'm in destination. I want to get him out of danger.
Take you.
Don't touch me.
Indolence breeds madness.
So as you notice, he kept like flinging attacks at me.
What's next, I wonder?
But if I go on
No time to
turn mode,
waste.
he'd only had enough
Keep
time
a blade
to
close.
attack me. Excuse me. I have a little bit of a cold, and normally I have enough time to mute myself, but that one just came out of nowhere. Oh shit. I thought I was out of range. I guess not.
Without delay.
Salutations. Step by step.
What's next?
I'm gonna see if turning this off might help me.
I must
But
keep going.
either way, I'm gonna stop.
Trust no one. Let's go.
Now I notice a switch over there, so I'm gonna
Fade
try to
fast.
get
I
to it.
need healing.
Eager for battle. Quickly then.
Elminster's not around, so might as well.
Whatever comes, I'm ready. I'll take this way.
So I could have jumped, but because it's only a switch, it doesn't look like I need to do anything. Although I just realized there's a body there. So I can't move it. So it might be worth sending somebody jumping to see if I can loot that.
Keep your distance, darling.
Okay, I think we're good.
Flacketh's will be done.
I already used my jumping, so I can use 1 HP, not too bad. Hopefully that stops the other ones from jumping here. Survival failed, but I feel like there's something up here that might be helpful. I could attack it. It might be a suicide mission. It looks like it deactivated too. That didn't do much. And now we're back. My hand is gone. I'm gonna explore this way. Sometimes there's an alternate route of climbing, and there is not in here. Done. So, bear, eagle, and wolf, they're all now deactivated. So
What
I
now?
think I should be safe to explore. Hopefully. Sometimes it'll already tell you that it's empty, so you can skip it. Sometimes it won't tell you it's empty.
I've spotted a trap. Move with purpose.
So there's a trap. So I'm gonna save because I don't want to die again. But then I'm gonna try to deactivate it. I'm gonna add every bonus that I can. Luckily, I have Slay of Hand, even though I'm not a rogue, but apparently I still have some really good dexterity and stuff going on. So I only had a 4, but thankfully I got all those extra bonuses. So boom. Bye bye, Trent. Now I'm gonna lock it. Same bonuses. Not bad. So, chance to snare. Whoops. I don't know if my screen is red because... Oh, so the chests that I was talking about are these ones. They are gasoline of some sort, so you can attack them with a ranged weapon and they'll explode. Which I definitely recommend using them on your enemies before they use them on you. And be careful not to click on them, because if you click on them, at least if you're playing on a controller like I am, you'll attack it instead of looting it. And then you're SOL because you take damage. Or die completely, depending on the situation.
What's that?
So, I actually remember this door. We were walking through here earlier, but I didn't want to come this way because I wasn't ready. We can go back through the underground, or we can go through the top. So, get help from the healer Nettie. That's where she is, supposedly, and Kaga. Hunt down Karlak. So we'll look for her later. Now, I do want to see what that guy has to say. Looks like this is still deactivated, so that's a good sign. So now we can actually go this way. Now I can try talking to that one too. This one's not dead, it's just unconscious. So let's try again.
His breaths are shallow, his wound...
Make haste. I would have words with you.
Oh, he wants to have words with me.
Not this one. Nor this one. And this one are less worthy still. Righting the balance. Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking. Most willingly, forsooth. Their passions doth run deep for what hath been wrought upon them. Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. My services are all that I can proffer thee. What thou wilt do with them is for thee to undertake. Very well. Impossible. Thy party is full.
So at this point, having a hireling is a good idea because some of the stats that comes for stealing are better. Right now I've been using Asterion, but now that I'm level 3, I can actually hire them, and it should be a better slay of hand than what Asterion is. I don't know why I'm doing that.
Quite ready for you.
I'm gonna go to him first because I'm not gonna keep him. And I guess I can have done that from here. Since I'm not using Gale, I want to make sure that anything that I may need is in camp. I could let him keep all this stuff. I'm not gonna be using him. That's armor, he doesn't need it. He can keep his briefs. I'll sell his boots. I could definitely sell that book eventually. Oh, I think the books that he has are actually sellable. These are his underclothes, so I'm gonna let him keep those. I'm not gonna let him keep his shoes because I don't need the money that bad. Actually, I'm gonna send all this to Rizal so I can sell it later. And then I'm gonna talk to him. He's not gonna be very happy with it. Actually, I'm gonna rest first. That's peculiar.
Be with you in a moment. Indulging in a spot of vanity. Handsome devil, aren't I? Be that as it may.
Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of? Long story short, then. Thanks to the tadpole, we should have developed more than invasive symptoms by now. But we haven't. Our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree this is abnormal. I'll toast to that. The pragmatic in me, however, sees only the silence before the storm. Something to sleep on. We should get some rest. I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately.
I was gonna leave him in the camp, but I think it's better to sleep first to get him healed up. I don't know if it's This is kind of weird because normally if you're playing with your own character or somebody else, well, I don't know about the other characters created for the storyline, but if you create your own character, there's a scene, spoiler alert if you want to skip a few seconds or minutes, but there's a scene and actually like a ongoing thing where Asterion can actually feed off of them and gives like a little boost, but your other character loses a little bit of that boost because it's bloodlet, basically. Which means you just lost some blood.
How can I help? Go ahead. I'm listening. I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be. I'll be here in the mean.
Alright, so he's staying now. I'm gonna save the game, and I'll show you why. This is my first time using a hireling. And I'm hoping that I don't have to dismiss it and hire it again if I send them to camp. Because then that will be too much work trying to get them ready.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrect? Very well. Choose.
Like I said, this is my first time with a hireling. Maybe I should have started a new one. It looks like you have a lot of options. And I feel like I'm missing one. Okay, so I think this is the one I heard about. Let me double check here. Oh, you can change appearance too. I didn't even know that. Well, based on my notes, it says that she's a halfling. I am not familiar with all of the races because I haven't played this game enough. And I usually play the same races when I play D&D. So I'll stick to this based on... Oh, you can rename her. I'm actually doing that just because personal reasons. I don't necessarily like this name. So let's name her, just be funny and call her Pocket, because of what I'm gonna be using her for. We can randomize the way she looks. That's actually a pretty cool look. I guess you can make her female or male, which looks pretty much the same. So I think I'm just gonna leave her as female. I'm gonna leave all the skin tone, freckles, vitiligo, tattoos. The tattoos kind of reminds me of like Black Panther and Wakanda. Let's do that, but with like purple ink, and that looks more like that. That's actually pretty cool. You can add piercings. I did that random, so I'm just gonna leave everything like that. I don't think there's anything I really want to change, so I'm just gonna keep her that way. Now let's go talk to her. Alright, I'm gonna leave it here and I will be back to keep doing the rest later.